Ramesh asked me to be his evaluator today. When he came up here, he gave us his credentials. And he told us that he was a member of this club for 9 years, that he has been the VP of Public Relations for over a year, and that he was the DTM last year. I think he became the DTM. My guess is that Ramesh decided today to give this presentation. And the reason I know that is because he is an excellent speaker. However, when he came up here, what were the first 2 words that he said to us? So. Okay. So. Now, did that draw you into his speech?
Oh, big time.
I don't think so. However, there were a lot of good things that Ramesh did today. And I know this because I struggle with visual aids. One thing that he did well was he stood to the side so you could see the screen. One thing that he didn't do so well is that he looked at the screen every time he changed the visual aid. I'm not sure if you did not have presenter view on your laptop or why you were always looking at the screen. But I found that interesting that every time you changed, you did turn. I liked the way that he included us in what he was doing. He said, I am VP of Public Relations. He told us all the things that he was doing with that. Club meetings, before the meetings, what he does with Facebook, what he does outside the club, that he's part of the executive committee. But then what did he do? He said, it's all about what is Toastmasters and how will it help you? And he took his time, he paused when he said you, he looked at the crowd, and he reached out. Drew everybody in, at least me, because I'm right over there, way in the back. The other thing that he did well was he used multiple visual aids. This is Project 8, and so he had his slides. He also had the Toastmaster magazine, and he very easily grabbed that magazine and he held it up at his belly button. And I know that it was at his belly button because I even saw Gwendolyn leaning over to see what he was doing. If you're going to have a visual aid, you need to make sure that everyone can see your visual aid. You also included your flyers, which was good, at your belly button, but it was still good, multiple visual aids. And you described how you were using those visual aids as far as meetings, as far as posting in common areas about our meetings. So I thought it was good that you had all those different visual aids. Plus you kept it simple. When you held up your Toastmasters magazine, you didn't start flipping through it or have all kinds of movement that was not appropriate. You picked it up, you held it, you talked about it. I thought that was really good. Another thing that he did to include us was saying that everybody can order a badge with their name on it, with our club name on it also. Good advertising, and saying you too, even though you don't hold that role as VP of Public Relations, you too can relate to everyone around and tell them about our club and invite them to come to our club. So I liked the way that you did that. The way you started with okay so was bookended with okay, thank you very much. All in all, I thought it was a great presentation on a role that you hold well, and you had the credentials to give that presentation and hold that well. Thank you for sharing it with us.
All right.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Appreciate it.